To add and subtract fractions having different denominators, we need to write each of the given fractions as equivalent fractions having a common denominator. For that purpose, we use the least common denominator, which is the least common multiple of the denominators of the fractions. The least common denominator between 4, 5, and 10, we're going to use prime factorization. 4 is 2 times 2. 5 is just 5. And 10 is 2 times 5. We're going to build the LCD. We're going to take 4 first, 2 times 2, and then 5. Now we realize that 2 times 2 times 5 contain 10, so we're good. So the least common denominator is 20. The least common denominator between x squared, 2x, and 7. X squared is x times x, 2x is 2 times x, and 7 is prime. So 7 is 7. So we're going to build the least common denominator. 2 and 7, to find a common multiple, we need to multiply them together. So it's 2 times 7. They don't share any factors. And then for the variable, we take the one with the highest exponent, x squared. So the LCD is 14x squared. Now for C, we have x times x plus 2 and x plus 2 times x minus 1. A multiple of x times x plus 2 is x times x plus 2. To be a multiple of the second number, we need to look at what's missing, and what's missing is x minus 1. So we multiply it by x minus 1, and this is our least common denominator. So the least common denominator for A is 20. We get a 20 by multiplying 4 by 5. So it's 5 over 5. And the first one becomes 15 minus, we will need the 20, so we multiply by 4 over 4. So it's going to be negative 16. And the third one by 2 over 2. And it's going to be 14. 15 minus 16 is negative 1. And negative 1 plus 14, 13. So our answer is 13 over 20. For B, the least common denominator is 14x squared. We're going to multiply the first fraction by 14 over 14. We get 28. The second fraction by 7x over 7x. We get negative 21x. And the third fraction by 2x squared over 2x squared. And we get negative 2x cubed. And we're done. For C, the least common denominator is x times x plus 2 times x minus 1. We're going to look up and see what's missing in the first fraction. And the missing piece is x minus 1. So we get x minus 1 times 2x plus 1 minus. For the second fraction, x is missing. And we multiply by x over x. We get negative 3x. Now we're going to distribute 2 times x, 2x squared. Negative 1 times 1, negative 1. And then negative 2x plus x, negative x. Minus 3x. We keep the denominator the way it is. Now, we get 2x squared. Negative x minus 3x minus 4x minus 1 divided by x times x plus 2 times x minus 1. The numerator is not factorable. We are done. The least common multiple of two numbers is the smallest number that is a multiple of both numbers. To find the least common multiple between 60 and 24, we're going to use prime factorization. For that purpose, we can use the good old factoring tree, and we'll find out that 60 is 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. Similarly, 24 will be 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Basically 8 times 3. Now, we're gonna take the largest number of 2's, which is 3. 2 times 2 times 2. Then we're gonna tack on 3 and tack on 5, which are the factors that are missing. And we get as our LCM 120. Because this is 60 and we multiply it by 2, we get 120. 28 is 2 times 14, which is 2 times 7. So 28 is 2 times 2 times 7. And 49 is 7 times 7 as a product of prime. So the greatest number of 2's is 2 times 2. And the greatest number of 7 is 7 times 7. Therefore, our LCM is 196. Now, when variables are involved, we need to find the LCD of the coefficient first, between 9 and 15. 9 is 3 times 3, and 15 3 times 5. So the LCM will be 3 times 3 times 5, which is 45. Now for the variable, we take the ones with the highest exponent. So it's 45x to the 5th and y squared. When we have a polynomial expression, we need to factor the polynomial expression first before we can find the LCM. 10x squared minus 5x is 5x times 2x minus 1. 4x cubed minus x squared is x squared times 4x minus 1. Now, between 5 and 1, the LCM is 5. 1x squared, 5 and 1. Between x and x squared, the LCM is x squared. And the last two, we have to multiply them together. 2x minus 1, 4x minus 1, because they are prime. X squared plus 5x plus 4 is x plus 4 times x plus 1. 4 is 4 times 1. X squared minus 16 is x plus 4 times x minus 4. First, we're going to take x squared plus 5x plus 4, the whole thing. In factored form is x plus 4 times x plus 1. Now we look down and see what's missing, x minus 4, and we're done.